now.
You can bring this one a little closer. I don't know if it's gonna get in the way of this, but it's a lot of like, yeah. Oh, it's in the, oh,
It's not terrible.
it's not terrible. And,
That'll only be shown on a few.
okay, cool. Terrible.
This is what. I don't know if you can see that, but
That's far. Come on in. Welcome.
Hello.
So this one is TikTok, obviously, and then this one is
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
R.
Or X.
I love it. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Good morning to you.
Oh, it's morning for you. It's 2 p.m. for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's bright and early for me.
That's just proof that time is not real. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. I got us on my Instagram too.
Okay, fire. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's going up quick. What's up, y'all? What time is it where y'all at? See, I'm just getting up. I'm just getting my coffee.
Are you an early riser or you're like you sleeping late in the day, Jay?
I've this year have been really focused on trying to get my 7 or 8 hours. So it really depends on when I go to bed. But generally I work at night, you know, right? Like my concerts start at like 9:30. And I'll have like a little energy booster, whatever that energy booster is before the show. So like, you know, maybe some sort of pre-workout sometimes it's a coffee or whatever. So I'm up, you know. So after the show,
you're not going to bed right after a show. I can imagine.
Exactly. So after, you know, I'll probably make some music for a couple hours, and I ain't sleep till, you know, around like 4 a.m. So from 4 a.m., 5 a.m., you know, as long as I get my 7-8 hours, I try to wake up at that point. But it depends on what time my flight is and all that stuff. Sometimes I don't sleep at all until the next afternoon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You and I would be on totally different. Totally. 9:30 at night, I'm in bed, literally.
Jeez.
Yeah, try to get me up late, and I'll be like struggling with it. But this is what is so beautiful about success and creation and living your life. You can create it on any time zone, in any sleep schedule, in any way. It's about like really creating success that works for you in your life and what that means for you, right? So that's beautiful.
For sure, yeah. For a long time, I didn't sleep at all. So I'm happy to just be sleeping.
It's good for your health.
Definitely, the science behind the sleep is really crazy. I mean, there's nothing you can do better for yourself than get your 7-8 hours.
Rest and recovery. Even like rest while you're awake though too, Jay, because a lot of people when they're awake, what was it? Sean was just telling me that he heard in church, booked and busy. Like we have this habit of being booked and busy. And if we aren't booked and busy and being productive, that we don't feel like we're a good member of society. And so what I actually help a lot of people do is to still create and still bring success into their life, but the importance of resting while awake. So calming the nervous system, meditation, visualization, things like sauna, you have a sauna and steam in your place there. So, you know, the importance of taking the time to calm the nervous system and not always be
booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, should we get started?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, everybody that's in today, welcome. It's going up really quickly, way quicker than our last live stream. So I'm happy to have all you guys here. Today's all about learning and sharing. You know, I've had a very long journey where I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I bumped my head a lot of times, you know, and failed a lot of times. But each failure allowed me to learn and to grow and to become the person that I am today. And I'm still learning and I'm still growing every single day. And the mentality that it's built over the years is a mentality that I want to instill in whoever has a big dream, whoever has a big goal. Because a lot of times our light is dimmed by the people that are around us. They say it all the time, like kids have the most imagination, right? Because they haven't been tainted yet. They haven't been manipulated yet. I mean, they have this large imagination and anything is possible. And as you get older, as you grow up, then that light begins to dim because you've been told no a million times. You've been told you can't a million times. You can't do this, you can't do that. So that imagination all of a sudden becomes smaller and smaller over the years. And until you're not allowed to dream anymore, until you're not allowed to have big ideas. So this is all about reprogramming ourselves, you know, and getting that imagination back and getting those big dreams back. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do my part. I've built something for myself that I believe is the key to happiness, right? My relationship with God, you know, first and foremost, and then secondly, being able to wake up and do what it is I love doing every single day, you know, and I want that for you, you know, to be able to wake up and do the thing that you love most, because life is short. You know, life is really short, and we're here for a limited amount of time. And I don't think that you should be wasting your time doing things that are not for you. I want you to do the things that you were here and were meant to do. You know, we all have a specific purpose here. And if you're going to bed at night and then you're thinking about that one specific thing, and you're getting up in the morning, you're still thinking about that simple thing, that goal, that dream that's, you know, that's been dimmed, it's on your heart and it's on your mind for a reason. It's because it's supposed to be yours. You know, and it will be yours if you go after it with the right mindset. Anyway, I want to introduce to you Kathleen Cameron, who is the manifestation queen of the world. And she has changed millions and millions of lives across the world. And I'm super proud to have her along this journey of growth with me. And I want you to delve into what she's been able to create. You know, she's even taught me what my mindset was, you know, on the journey. Because a lot of times, you know, you can be doing all the right things, but you don't know exactly what it is that you were doing. So she was able to like break things down in a great way, mindset wise, and in a way that I didn't know actually existed. So meet Kathleen Cameron, guys.
Hello, everybody. I'm so blessed to be here, and to have Jason a part of my life now is really beautiful, because he is someone that has done phenomenal and inspiring things, and is actually one of the most humble, kind, beautiful hearted people that I've ever met. And so to have achieved what you've achieved in your life, and to remain so honest and authentic and family oriented, is really beautiful. And I am a lover of personal growth and development. So if you are someone that is growth mindset minded, let us know in the chat. But I always want to learn from people that are doing what I want to do, that are living the type of life that I want to live, that have the freedom that I want. And when I interviewed Jason on my podcast, I could really feel in there that there was so much to learn, like for all of us from him. And so I love that I get to be alongside him and listen and pay attention to what he said and what he did, all his stories, everything he talks about in his book. And I sat back and listened to it all, and from like a theory standpoint, from a science standpoint, from a manifestation, success principle standpoint, I went, okay. And you know, for me personally, I was like, what did he do? Like, I want to know, and I want to hear, and I want to soak it all in. But then I got to sit back and say, okay, let's look at what theoretically and scientifically, what did he do and how did he do it? And to be able to put that into concrete steps, into lessons learned, into questions that you can do, embodiment practices. And I learned a lot in those couple of days, Jay. Like it was really inspiring. Those the magic that was created in those 2 days that we spent talking about your journey and your growth and how you did it. It definitely changed me, and everybody that was there watching too was changed. So thank you for that.
Of course.
Hello.
So the book that I wrote is called Sing Your Name Out Loud. And Kathleen helped me realize that, you know, people learn differently, you know, and some people are book readers and some people need to be talked to. So we created something that's really, really incredible, where I am able to speak to you directly, you know, within my house. I go through the lessons of the book, you know, and I talk to you like you're one of my family members, you know, like you're one of the closest people to me. And I go throughout the different locations in my house, and I give different lessons in the comfort of my own home so that you feel at home, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, different people are learning a different way and are able to take things in when the message comes in the right direction, right? So if I'm a learner and I'm not really a reader, sometimes, you know, some people can read a page and not intake anything, right? And sometimes people can be spoken to and you know, it's going in one ear and out the other and need to read it on the page. And I wanted to offer every single person the opportunity to learn, you know, what I have in here in the way that you learn. So meet you where you are. So I did a audible version. So if you're just, you know, somebody that, you know, wants to be on a treadmill, you can listen to me, you know, while you're on a treadmill. Or if you're a reader, you can read the book. But for the visual audio learner, we created $1 Million Mentality, which is me speaking to you directly to the camera. So you can see me, you can hear me, and you can get an in-depth explanation on every single principle that I've adapted throughout the years, you know, from, you know, creating what I've created musically, right? And selling over 250 million records. Please don't think that I'm flexing ever. You know, this is a safe place, right? So don't ever think that I'm trying to flex on you, because that's the last thing that I want to do. I've sold 250 million records across the world, and I've conquered social media, right? That was like my biggest downfall. In 2019, I remember not being able to connect the right way. I had sold 200 million records at that point, and a lot of people couldn't place my name with the songs. And the biggest problem that I had was connecting the dots. I didn't know how to social media. You know, I had all these hit songs, but nobody knew who it was. You know what I'm saying? And I still think, you know, to this day, like, people don't know a lot of the songs that I've made, but I've done really well in music. And social media was like the nemesis for me, right? It was like, I don't know how to do this. I ain't had no followers. It was crazy. But in 2019, I made a point and I was like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. And I put all of my time, all of my energy, all of my efforts into social media, but utilizing the same principles that I utilize in music, and I adapted it to social media. Same thing in business. I felt like I was investing in so many different things, right? And like this was going wrong, and all of these businesses just kept tanking. And I'm like, what kind of luck is this? This is like fucked up. Like I'm just having the worst luck. Like how can I be wrong this many times? So it wasn't until I started to adapt the same principles that I did in music that my businesses started to do well. And with that being said, success is only difficult in the beginning. And I used this analogy a couple of days ago. I remember when I first got into doing calisthenics, and there's something called a muscle up, which is kind of like one of the hardest things to do within the gym, right? And I wasn't able to do it for the longest period of time. And I was just like, there's never gonna be a day where I'm gonna be able to do that. I see the guys that were able to do it, and I'm just like, there's never gonna be. But I stuck to it, and I started with just regular pull-ups. I would just do regular pull-ups every day, and every day I got a little higher. Every day I was able to get just a little inch, a little higher, boom, boom, boom. And then until the muscle up became so easy for me that it became my warm-up for the rest of my workout, So it was about taking that little inch every single day, not treating it as if this is this daunting thing that I'll never be able to do. Because sometimes that's what deters us altogether, right? And we just say, "Oh, I'm not doing that. It's too hard. It's too scary. I'm never gonna be able to do that." But the fact that I was able to take it inch by inch is what allowed me to really conquer it, because it was like conquering these small goals as opposed to trying to take on this massive goal all at once. Anyway, sorry, Kath.
I love when you start talking about your stories and giving examples. Another thing that I often talk about when we're talking about like a goal achievement or like wanting to do something. So for you, it was, what did you call it? A muscle up?
Muscle up, yep.
Yeah. So for you had this vision of a muscle up fully being done in your mind. Like you're going to be able to do it and it's going to be easy one day, and you took small steps to get to it. I often refer to like success and growth and everything as like we're climbing Mount Everest, right? So we want to get to the top of the mountain, but we don't start at the bottom and just run all the way to the top and just like never stop. We actually, like when you climb Mount Everest, you actually go to base camp number 1 first. It's like, let's take the first step, let's get here, and then we'll go to the next base camp and then the next base camp. So it is like these incremental steps, these smaller chunks out of like a bigger chunk. So like who you became today was small little steps along the way. And it started off, I know you talked about starting off with songwriting, and then moving into performing yourself. And then now you have all these businesses and all these other things that you do and social media, but it is like incremental growth and allowing yourself to be transformed every single time, and when you talked about how you use the same principles in your music on your social media, that's like a way of thinking. It's a way of being. So you're like, okay, how do I see my music and what is the way I approach it? And I'm going to use that same approach with social media, that same confidence, that same level of empowerment, that same discipline, that same consistency. So if we can achieve one thing in one area of our lives, then we can achieve that in all areas. But it's your belief that you can't that keeps you from it.
For sure. And I hear people talk about it. I've heard people talk about it. The first million is the hardest to make, right? And then once you've made that first million, you actually spoke about this the other day. Once you make that first million, those same principles you utilize to make that first million, now you can make 5. And then those same principles you utilize to make the 5 is what you utilize to make 10, and so on and so forth. But when you have those basic principles, you know, you're able to take those same things and make it multiply and create something that you never thought was even possible. But we got to dream big. We got to dream big. You know, a lot of us we're not thinking big enough, right? I mean, there's a ceiling for most of us where there shouldn't be. You know, why not you? You know, why not me? I'm from an area in the world where it's not okay to dream big, and it's crazy. It's the craziest thing in the world, because when I said the words that I said, where I believed in my heart of hearts that I was going to be a world-renowned musician and the world was going to know my name, you would have thought that I was cussing at people. you would have thought I was cussing people out. You know, like it literally upset people, and people would go around and say, "Oh, Jason, he's cocky. Oh yeah, Jason, he's this, that, and the other." But all I was doing was believing in myself. How crazy is that? All I was doing was saying that it's possible that I'm gonna succeed. And you would have thought that I was cussing these people out. I promise you, there were so many people that disliked me for dreaming big.
But what is that a reflection of, right? So if you get mad at somebody else because they're dreaming so big, or they have confidence in themselves, or they really love themselves, that's actually the discomfort that person is feeling is because they're not thinking big enough. They don't have confidence in themselves enough, and they don't love themselves enough. So I always know that if I'm triggered by somebody else outside of me, like if somebody is like doing something bigger than me, or they're making more money than me, or they're living a more free life, or they're have better vacations, whatever that is, I notice in myself and I'm like, oh wow, I'm triggered right now. Why is that? And it's because I don't think I can have it, or I don't think I can do it, or I don't think it's possible. So like that's actually the discomfort. It's never like about the person who has it all. It's my inability to see that for me. Can people dream too big, Jay, do you think?
I don't think that's a possibility.
Yeah, I get this question all the time. Kathleen, can you dream too big?
Yeah, I think the larger the dream, the better. I'm still dreaming now. As humbly as I can say this, I really don't have to work another day in my life, really, right? Like, I don't think it's possible for me to spend everything that I have in my lifetime. But it's not about the money for me. I just have a mentality of more. I have a mentality of I can be doing more. I can have more. I can teach more. Abundance is just in my it's just in my DNA. And that's what this is about. This is about rewiring our thought process to the $1 million mentality, right? Because in my family, we've never seen abundance like this, right? We didn't even know how to dream like this because it was not a reality that we have an example of, right? It's not like my ancestors were people that were abundant and had a lot, right? So we didn't necessarily have a picture of possibilities, right? But that's not necessary. You know, it really isn't. All we have to do is rewire our minds to know that whatever it is that we have in our mind is possible. And that's where it starts. But you have to be okay with being embarrassed. I remember when I was trying to take this social media journey, right? And I didn't know what I was doing at first. 2019, again, I was this famous musician, and now I was taking a journey and humbling myself all the way back to the beginning, because now I was a beginner at something. And then I started to do these posts, And yeah, like people were like, what is this grown man doing on TikTok? You know, like why is he on this kids app? And I continued to post. You know, at first it started off in just the comments, and then it started to become world news. You know, it was like Jason Derulo on the kids app.
Yep.
Now it's on the news.
I remember that, hearing about that.
Now it's in every blog. It's on the news. Like this is the grade A level of embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? But I had to be okay with being embarrassed for a while, until it wasn't embarrassing, until I was being paid $1 million to post one thing. So I had to make it through all of the embarrassment, not just of the people around me, because that's the first level of embarrassment. People in the house thinking like, Jay, what are you doing? You're like, you're a successful musician. You don't got to do this. So I got to make it past there. Then I got to make it past the people in the comments. And then I got to make it past my entire fan base. Then I got to make it past the whole world of embarrassment. That's crazy. That's a lot of embarrassment that I had to take on. But I was willing to be shamed for a time, because in the back of my mind, I knew that I wasn't going to quit until I was successful at it.
Yeah.
And today, I'm one of the highest paid social media personalities in the world. But it's not because I left anything on the table. It's because I was not afraid to be embarrassed and to be shamed.
But what was the underlying thing, Jay, though, that, because I think this is where people, because what other people think of us, we've been taught, is very important. It's very valuable. Like, you should really care what the world thinks of you, is kind of, because if that wasn't real and true, then what would embarrassment essentially be? It would be nothing.
Right. So like,
I had to be willing to, when I first started talking about manifestation just over 5 years ago, people was like, she's a lunatic. She's a Looney Tune. She can visualize and manifest millions of dollars, but now that I've done it,
I'm sorry, Kat, I want TikTok to see you too. Noah? Yeah. You're not gonna fix that. Trust me. Can you? Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well,
that's been going for at least like 6 months. Thank you.
But
that's what happens in black homes, like the fire alarm, the smoke alarm, the battery. We always got some sounds happening that it's just never gonna be fixed. But thank you. See, that's why you need friends like you. So I want to make sure that they're seeing Kathleen as well.
Okay.
So can you know how to turn this?
Oh, you just want me to turn it on to that?
Or yeah, just teach me how to turn it, and then I can turn it like whenever she's speaking, you know.
See, teach me. We all need teachers.
If that thing turned when you double clicked it, I would have been mad as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, I see it. All right.
No.
Fire.
Now you see everything.
All right. Fire. All right. Sorry, Kat. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, when you go out and do something that you've never done before, you do something outside of your comfort zone, and people are going to think you're crazy, and there's the risk of embarrassment. I think the underlying thing, though, is why would we go and do something like that? Like, what is the underlying thing for you that makes you willing to get uncomfortable? Because if I don't believe in myself and I don't think anything's possible for me, I'm not willing to risk embarrassment. But both you and I, we have this underlying desire. I love the word desire. Like this desire for more. I call it a burning desire. Like my soul's on fire. Like I want to help more people. I want to serve more people. I want to make a bigger difference in the world. So I'm willing to get uncomfortable. So for you, you know, you just said it wasn't about the money for you. Otherwise you'd be retired right now sitting on a beach.
Exactly.
So what is it for you that, like, even where $1 Million Mentality came from, like, what is that desire within you? Is it to make a difference? Is it to change the world?
So the desire for me musically is really to serve.
Yeah.
Right? I have a desire to serve people, and I want to create things that matter to people. It's my favorite thing in the world where somebody comes to me and they say, riding solo helped me through a breakup. Or I propose to my girl using Marry Me. Or Talk Dirty is the song that I get ready to every single day before I go to school. Or Swallows is my party song. Or Savage Love helped me through the pandemic. You know, these are my favorite moments when people can point to something that I did and tell me what impact it had on them in their lives. We're all here for a specific service, right? And when we can stop thinking about our own needs and our own desires, and we thinking about the desires and needs of others, that's when we really start to see that growth. Because if you could think about something that will serve the rest of the world, right, and offer somebody else some value to bring themselves up in one way or another, that's when you become successful. People will be willing to pay for things that are going to better themselves, right? So if we have the mindset of service, everything just kind of falls into place. But that goes back to the Bible. We're here to serve, and if we stop having this selfish mindset of, oh, how am I gonna make $1 million? Oh, how am I gonna be rich? Like, oh, I'm gonna win the lottery one day, or that's how I'm gonna be rich. No, how do we serve the people that are around us? Even, how do I make my cameraman better? How do I ensure that his future is better? How do I make an assistant become a mogul one day? Like, that's where my mindset is at. How am I building up the people that are around me? From my choreographer to my creative director to my management to assistant. I'm trying to make everybody better. It's service. I'm here to serve, right? And in doing that service, everything just kind of falls into place and the money just falls. People are willing to pay for things that are going to help and better their lifestyle.
Yeah, I love that. And that's one of the things that I noticed within you. That first day I met you at your house and I interviewed you for my podcast. And it was just noticing the way in which you were leading, mentoring, supporting, developing other people around you into different experiences for themselves, different levels.
For sure.
And $1 Million Mentality now, this beautiful project that we have, is doing just that as well. It's a way for you to extend that same level of guidance, that same level of leadership, mentorship, development of others, where they can do it anywhere in the world, any time of day. Also, I chatted with the team today, and we have a beautiful connection for a software that will actually take $1 Million Mentality. It's an AI software. It'll take $1 Million Mentality and turn it into any language we want, not just subtitles, like actual speaking in a voice that sounds similar to you. So I know some countries like Germany specifically, we've got a lot of questions for people for $1 Million Mentality.
I just want to mention that here on this TikTok too, because they can't see you, but Kathleen just said that we just have this software now that now you can take the $1 Million Mentality in any language now. It's
coming soon. We just acquired it, so we're testing it now.
Okay,
and
beautiful.
It'll be in there soon. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So the principles in $1 Million Mentality will be available in several languages soon. So stay tuned. Right now it's still English, but soon it'll be any language we desire.
I love that.
Which is the way of the world now. But yeah, just in terms of that, Jay, with $1 Million Mentality, I wanted to ask you, now that we've put the project together, we have all the lessons, and it's all done, what would you say is your favorite lesson, and why? I know I'm asking you a question you weren't prepared for, but
no, all good. It's hard to have my favorite lesson, because I honestly feel like they all work so brilliantly together. But one of my favorites is protect the hive. And you are a product of the people that you're around, right? Where you lack, they should be able to pick up the slack, and we're a sum of the people that are closest to us, so if all your friends are people that don't really go to the gym and they don't see working out as an important thing, or they're always eating unhealthy things, it's going to be really tough for you not to start to adapt those things within your life. It's really, really tough, right? So if I'm sitting at a table and this person has a fat ass burger, this person has a pizza with everything on it, this person has the chili fries, this person has cotton candy with the elephant ears. You know the elephant ears from the fair? They got that. This person, and all of these people are around you, and then you just got a salad. You feel like you're missing out on life.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like you're not living and they are. When and if we flip that around, right? And this person has a salad. This person is eating a grilled salmon. This person has halibut with veggies, and this person is having a soup. Now all of a sudden, when you have that burger, now you feel terrible about having the burger. So it's important because it's all perspective, right? Life is all about perspective. Life is all about the mindset. So we want to kind of protect our mindset. We want to protect what's going on in here. So we want to be around people that have similar mindsets to win. We want to be around winners and people that have the same kind of goals that we have, so that we don't feel so terrible when it's time to do the things that we know that we should be doing for ourselves.
Yeah, you know what, I really noticed this in my own personal life, Jay, when I first started studying personal growth and development and started to study myself, and I started to think about how can I be a better version of myself. My favorite quote ever is, if you want the best the world has to offer, you have to offer the world your best. So when I started thinking from that place, that's Neil Donald Walsh, by the way, but when I started thinking from that place, I started to notice that the people around me started to change, and I started to hang out with different people. And I'll never forget, I went to this dinner party one night, and we sat around at the table, and we left the dinner party, and we were like, what just happened? And we were just like confused, because there was no gossiping, no venting, no complaining, no conversations of judgment. We weren't talking about other people behind their backs.
Love it.
Like, it was a positive conversation, and I noticed the difference. And now for me, like, I obviously surround myself with people that have a growth mindset, who want to grow and talk about how can we change the world instead of how much the world sucks. And so now when I am in a different environment around people that aren't thinking like me, it's uncomfortable. And I want to like go back to these types, like the type of conversation you and I are having right now is very, very growth mindset. It's about ascension and elevation and service. And so I love this, and I love the word hive as well, the way you talked about that in the lesson. And even where we decided to film the lesson for $1 Million Mentality was at the table in your house that you have. How many chairs are on that table? 12 or something like that?
No, it's 3. I think these are different chairs than when we filmed on, but.
Oh, you got no chairs?
Table. Oh, yeah, we got new chairs. They're a little more bulky than the last ones.
But either way, my point is though, is like, you built a dinner table in your home in such a big, beautiful size, because the hive is important to you. It's actually part of your life, and that's a beautiful principle of success, and how you created what you've created is knowing that you're not doing it alone.
Facts.
Like, you didn't build a table for one in your house.
Definitely not. And what fun is it to be successful by yourself? That's lonely, you know?
No.
And to me, even talking about the things that I've done or the things that I'm getting, those things are uncomfortable to speak about when I'm not pouring into the people that are close to me. The fact that I'm pouring into those people and I'm acting with the service mentality makes them want to root for me more, and vice versa. You know, the more that we can pour into each other, the better our relationship will be. because you know that I want what's best for you, and I know what you want what's best for me, because our relationship is even in somewhere or another, you know. Like, I want people to do well that are near me, and that makes them want to work harder. That makes them want to do more, so that when we win, it's a team effort. We're winning together. It's not about me. It's not about just me. At the end of the day, when I'm able to get to the next level, that means you're at the next level too. I'm not going up there by myself. We're going up together. When I reach another level of success, you reach another level of success. And that's how I've always treated it, from a musical standpoint. But now, you know, it's the same thing with social media and with my businesses as well. We grow together.
Yeah, I love that. And that's where this collaboration between the two of us was born, because we both have a desire to help people step into the grandest version of themselves and live a life of freedom. And, you know, I always say is like, this level of time and financial freedom and peace and love and joy and this experience that we have of life, it's not reserved for a few. It's actually available to everyone. It's just there are lessons and experiences and contrast and mistakes, you said at the beginning, that you've made along the way. And I love in $1 Million Mentality, it's an opportunity for you to share some of those things and give people the opportunity to move a little bit faster.
Definitely.
Because you went ahead and blazed the trail. And it's beautiful. Those that are listening in, we're talking about $1 Million Mentality. You can check it out on roadtomillions.com if you wanted to have a peek. But I love that you have been so open and honest and shared. You even talk about your health journey and how you had an injury in your neck, and how you thought it was all gone, and then you came out of that experience. Like, there's a lot of really beautiful shares in $1 Million Mentality that I think people are going to be able to really learn from and move quicker and do more and experience different things from it. So it's beautiful.
For sure. Yeah, I bumped my head so many times, right? And I've failed so many times that with $1 Million Mentality, the goal was to have you go through a journey with some sort of conduit, with some sort of teammate like myself that has already gone through it. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had somebody that knew what I was gonna go through before I went through it.
I love how you said that. You actually created this for the younger version of yourself that would have loved this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And for my son too, you know, because when you're telling your child, please don't jump on the couch, and he continues to jump on the couch, you're telling him not to jump on the couch because you know, in your heart of hearts, you know for a fact that if he falls, something bad can happen. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And you're telling him from experience, you know, and it's a very similar thing with $1 Million Mentality. The things that I'm speaking about in $1 Million Mentality, I'm not telling you because I think I'm some higher being or like I'm better, it's coming from a place of knowledge. And I failed myself. I burnt myself on the stove already. So I know what it feels like, and I don't want you to feel the same thing. So on my road to where I am today, I had to burn myself a lot of times. It's just the nature of the game. You know, we're gonna bump our heads. We're going to scrape our knee. We're gonna break bones. We're gonna get scraped. The whole kitchen sink is thrown at us. But if you can have a teammate that's already been through it, just makes the process that much more easy and simple, and you won't think that you're so crazy. Because everybody around us that are not successful, those are the words that they're gonna throw at you. That you're crazy, or are you doing that little thing again? Oh, you had a little show. They always call it little, right? It's like, oh, you still doing that? You still doing that little course? Oh,
yeah, that
that's
little
cool.
business.
Oh yeah, you still got that little business on the corner. Oh, you still got that little drink. Why is it little? Why are you calling why are you calling it little? Because they're afraid that you're going to actually do it. People want to see you do well, but they don't want to see you doing better than them. All right? Like, the people closest to you are okay with you doing well, but they do not want to see you doing better than them, because what it does is it shines a light on them. You're from the same place. You guys had the same kind of struggles. You're from the same area, and they're not successful. So it shines a bright mirror on them, and it says that it was possible, but you just didn't take the chance. You didn't put in the work. You didn't do this, that, and the other. So, you got to be careful of those words. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful of those people that are closest to you, because sometimes, those negative words, it may seem like it's coming from a place of love, because those people may actually love you. They genuinely have a strong love for you, but they're reflecting the pain within themselves onto you.
Yeah. People always, how I kind of see how the world works is like every single one of us sees life through the lens of who we think we are. So when I look at someone like you, and you tell me the story about how you were a little boy and you dreamt that you were going to be a pop star and you were going to be on the world's biggest stages.
Yep.
For somebody else that dreams really big, that sees life through that lens, they're like, oh yeah, I did the same thing. Oh yeah, that was my experience.
Yeah.
But if your lens is, I'll never be able to do something like that. I'm not good enough for that. I don't sing well enough. I don't know how to dance. I don't have connections. Like, when you're coming through a limited lens, I call it, you'll appear crazy. You'll appear like a lunatic. Like 100%. You'll appear like it was magic in some way or some capacity. But when I interviewed you and I sat next to you and you started telling me your story, I was like, this isn't magic at all. This is actually like a blueprint of exactly what steps to take to be able to do it in your own life. And I heard so much of myself in it. I was a registered nurse for 12 years. In Toronto, Canada, who made $37 an hour working overnight shifts, and where my life quantum leaped, and how I even ended up here having a conversation with you and in a collaboration with you on $1 Million Mentality. I had to transform the way I saw the world. I had to think from a crazy standpoint and to believe, like, my first belief was, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to make $1 million. Yeah, let's go. Yep. And people are like, how? I'm like, I really don't know, but I'm willing to find out, right? And 100%. The path revealed itself, and now it's many, many millions later, which I'm super grateful for. But there is steps that you can take, and there are lessons to learn, and there's information to understand and embody, and there's a transformation to be had. I had to really look at myself in the mirror, Jay, and ask, like, where in me do I feel limited or afraid or less than or not worthy or not good enough? Where do I not believe in myself enough? And I had to reprogram it or rewire it to be this empowered woman that is here today. And I wasn't always that way. And so no matter where anybody's at in their journey, and if you're listening to this and you're feeling inspired, you feel this like pull for more, it's just an opportunity for you to let your moreness come through and expose it and say, like, what if I can have more? What would that look like? And what if it all worked out in my favor? And what if I could be something that I never thought I could be? And what if I could experience a life that I never thought I could experience? Because I sit here today and I didn't even start my journey till 37, right? Like, I was a nurse until I was 37. Wow. So this is like my, I call it like my second mountain, or like my second life. And so you're never too old. You're never too ugly. I know I used to think that. Like, you're never inexperienced. You don't have enough intellect. Like, we have all these reasons that we make up of why it can't be us.
Yep.
And what we just need to do is decide that, yes, it can be me. And yes, I am so worthy. Right, and yes, it's possible. You're
so right, Kat, because I've sat down at so many tables, right? And throughout my life, when I was coming onto the scene as a musician, right, when I got to LA and I started to write with writers that had platinum records, when I was in those rooms, I was like, these guys ain't that different than I am.
Yeah,
Like,
and you
they're
realized
not-
you belong.
Yeah, they're not smarter than me.
Yeah.
Okay, that like maybe I can do this. And then I got into the room with different producers that were super producers that were changing the world. And I was like, wait, this guy is not that different than me. Like, he's breathing the same air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why can't I do this? All right, cool. And then the same thing with artists, right? Like later down the road, when I was performing alongside other artists on a bill, and I go and watch their performance, and I'm like, well, damn, they're not better than me necessarily. We breathe in the same air. Like, I put in the same work. Okay, so like I call it sitting at tables, right? And the higher that I went, the different tables that I began to sit at. And now today, when I sit at a table full of billionaires, I'm like, these guys ain't smarter than me. Like, they're no different than I am. Literally no different than I am. Yet, when I mention that I'm gonna be a billionaire to people, people are like, oh, come on, Jason. Like how? Oh, yeah, that's in your wildest dreams. Like, literally.
Yep.
Literally those words. But when I sit at that table, I don't feel like those people are superior to me in any shape or form. Like, not in the slightest though, Kat. Like,
Yeah.
not even close. So what we do is we put people in these categories, and we say, like, these people are elite, these people are superior, these people are good, and we put all these pillars out, and then we put ourselves in the last slot, as if, you know, this is where we belong. No, these people are no different than you are. A lot of them have had a similar beginning that you have. This is the beginning of your journey. Sometimes we just need to be pointed in the right direction. And that's why we created $1 Million Mentalities, because so many people have the potential to change the world, but just need to be pointed in the right direction, or need to feel like somebody believes in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you. I believe in myself wholeheartedly, and I believe in you wholeheartedly. And I believe that if you take the proper steps to whatever it is that you want to do for the rest of your life, it can be yours like this. It can be yours like this. All you gotta do is change the mindset. We need to change and rewire what's going on in here, because for so many years you have been beat down. You have been told no, you've been told you can't, that this dream is too big. It's not too big. Why not you? Why can't you be a billionaire? Why not? I'm telling you, I sat at these tables. There's idiots at those tables. There's lesser people at those tables that are billionaires. Why not you? Why can't it be you? It can. We just gotta rewire.
Yeah, and I love the discussion around rewiring and reprogramming the way you see yourself, because many of us believe that we are born with a personality, right? Like, I thought I was born with a certain personality and certain beliefs, and like Kathleen was who she's going to be, and that's going to be it. And so I was like stuck with it.
Yeah.
And then when I started started to study myself in manifestation, I realized, okay, wait a minute. So this belief, is it even real? Is it even true? And where did it even come from?
Right.
You know, like I always say, my followers know me. I always say, according to who? So it's like, well, beauty is this. Well, according to who? Success is this. According to who? It's
Nice.
better to have a higher intellect. According to who? Like, who came up with the intellect score? And like, what does intellect have to do with anything? And so I really challenge any time that I feel less than in my life, anytime I feel inferior to anyone in my life, whether it's someone world famous or whether it's my neighbor next door, like anytime I feel less than, I ask the question and I challenge it. Says who? Me. And so because I say it, I'm going to experience it. So I really have removed this idea of inferiority out of my life.
Beautiful.
And realizing that we all are one, and we're all the same. We're all made up of the same thing. And the spiritual essence within is all the same. But with losing the inferiority complex, feeling like I'm less than, I also have removed the feeling that I'm more than. So as somebody that has a large amount of wealth in her life now, and I've experienced incredible amounts of success and beautiful things in my life that many would say are successful, I really don't believe it makes me better than anyone. And I know that that's how you feel, because I can feel it in your vibration, the way you speak, the way you serve, the way you help. You know, the humble word comes up so much next to your name, Jay. And so while you let go of the inferiority, also let go of the better than, because we're not. We're just experiencing a different life, and we've allowed ourselves to experience a lot of the good that life has to offer us. But now we together want to help you all experience it too. We want you all to see that the good life is available. It was funny, before we got on the live stream, you asked me how I was doing, and I was saying I'm so grateful, and I love life is so good. And you said, like, we all need people. I couldn't hear you very well because the mic wasn't on, but you said something like, we all need people in our lives to help us, like, fill our cup or something like that. Definitely. I can't remember what you said, but
definitely.
Yeah, and I think that's what, like, we can do for people, is to be the people in your life that maybe give you that little bit of boost, give you that motivation, inspiration, knowledge, understanding, to show you that it is available to you.
Yeah,
and why not go for it?
People don't know how powerful the mind is, you know. And when I asked you how you were doing, Kat, this morning, and you were just like, I am so blessed, I'm so good, life is amazing. There's just not people that speak like that. Like, it's very few and far between, you know. But that's how I try to live my life. That's why I try to live my days, and just to be grateful and to be full of positivity, because I don't need this house to feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. I'm super blessed to have it. But I don't need this house to have a good morning. My happiness is not dependent on the things that I have. My life is not dependent on necessarily the people that I'm around. My happiness is dependent on my mindset and how I decide to live my day, how I decide to go about how my day is gonna go or my evening is gonna go. I can walk into a room and either go, let's get this thing over with. We gotta go meet these people. We gotta go do these interviews. It's going to be tough, but we can get through it. Or I can walk into that room like, I can't believe that I'm able to do this. Like, I get to speak to people.
I get to
speak to people about the thing that I love most in the world. I am excited to talk to people about the things that I created. I can't believe that they want to speak about what I created. And that changes everything. That changes how I come across on screen. That changes how those people perceive me. And that, most importantly, that changes my level of happiness. I can either be miserable at the end of it and satisfied that it's over, or I can be like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
We made it happen. You know? So mindset is everything.
I actually call that being in the spirit of a thing before you do a thing. And so if you're not in the spirit of a thing, it feels hard, it feels resistive, it feels draining. But when you're in the spirit of a thing, so you're spiritually aligned and connected, you're in a loving perspective, you feel really, really good about it, the energy that you send out with the action is going to be much more magnetic, much more powerful. It's going to be stronger. Can you imagine going out on stage and you being like, oh, I hate that I have to do this performance right now? The audience is going to feel that. But when you go out on stage and you perform and you're like, oh, I can't wait to, be with these people for these next 2 hours and dance with them and sing with them, because you're doing it with them. Everybody's dancing. I saw a video of you the other day on stories, and the reaction that people had to you in that audience, I was like, it was like this experience you guys were having together. You weren't like
100%.
performing to people. You were like performing with them, if that makes sense.
100%.
If that makes sense.
100% makes sense. Because you can either go into something with a look at me attitude, I'm showing off, or you can go into it with the perspective of how do we all have the best time, you know, and that's including them, right? Like I can go through my whole performance and sing my songs and do a performance, and it'll be a really good performance. But the moment that I start including the audience and we do it together, like the show opens up in a totally different way. They are way more in tune. They're paying attention way more. They're lifting their hands. They're singing the songs at a different height. It's a way different energy. The show off energy and the inclusion energy is a very different energy, and you can utilize that within your life, because nobody likes to show off. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes somebody that is say, look at me, look at me, look at me. It's more like how can we do this together? How can we build something incredible together? Like, it's not just me, it's us. And I think that inclusion takes a performance or any business or anywhere in your life. It just will take that to the next level.
Yeah. And I love this so much because, you know, this week we've really been talking a lot about $1 million mentality. Yeah. And we've had people that have enrolled to come along this journey with us, to have some guidance from you and I, some mentorship, to be led by us in $1 million mentality. Definitely. And every single person that has messaged me that has invested in themselves has come back and said, I'm so excited for what's going to happen next. Or I'm so blessed to quantum leap my life alongside you guys. And, you know, there's a level of excitement and self-belief and joy. And I love the word joyful, 2 words, joyful expectation, because they have this expectancy of what's to come and what's next. And so if you are somebody that is a part of $1 million mentality, our first class, just let us know in the chat that you are. I can see a couple of you in my Instagram feed that are telling me that they're in. So if you are somebody that's part of our first class, let us know. We're going to actually close up that first class today. So if you do want to be a part of it with us and you want to come alongside us in $1 million mentality, we're going to close up enrollment today before the end of the day at midnight. So get involved now if that's something you feel called to do. Take a peek at the roadtomillions.com landing page. And this first class is going to be really special, Jay, because we are going to be in conversation with these individuals to find out how they're growing. Yeah. We're going to find out what's changing in their lives, how their patterning and programming is going, how they're feeling, and we're going to want to hear from them. So if you are part of our first class, make sure that you tag us on social, you let us know how you're feeling, you comment and give us your stories, because Jay really wants to hear them. Anything else that we want to leave people with today, Jay?
Yeah, I'm just surprised that this didn't exist before, from somebody like myself, because everything that I have is because of people. Everything that I own is because someone was interested in me or the work that I've done. But what about giving back to those that gave me, and I didn't even know that this was missing within my life. I didn't know that this was missing in the industry at all, but it's so necessary. It's so necessary to reach back and give back, especially to those that have given you. And this is at every level, I think far too often we're just so worried about our own troubles and our own successes that we forget to do what we're here on earth to do. In the Bible, it speaks about service, and the reasoning for being here is to serve. Everything else follows. Everything else just follows. You need to go into every situation with pure intentions on how to solve somebody's problems. And I pray that $1 million mentality is able to do for you what it has done in my life and in Kathleen's life. I pray that $1 million mentality will have the same level of impact that it has had in every area of my life. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to making money, when it comes to living my desired dream, my desired job, when it comes to social media, when it came to every business, that I've been involved with over the years. This same mentality, these same lessons, these same principles that I utilized, they have propelled me to a place that I didn't even know was imaginable. I'm talking about when I'm looking at my contemporaries even, it has propelled me to a place that they don't even know is possible. And I want you to come along this journey with me. I want you to be a part of this new family, and I want you to take advantage of this opportunity and invest in yourself, because you deserve it. You deserve everything that God has in store for you. It's abundant. It's more than you ever imagined before. It's more than anyone around you has had or believes it possible for you to have. We just have to rewire. We just have to change what's up here.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And just from my perspective too, in being a part of this project with Jay, and really, really paying attention and listening to what he has to say and what he's experienced in his life, and then giving the theory behind it, the education behind it, the embodiment behind it. This project actually isn't just about listening to a few videos. This is actually about you going within and asking yourself some questions, and
questions.
really, really pulling out some of the things that are limiting you and some of the beliefs that are keeping you small, and the ways that you don't let yourself fully self-express, the ways that you don't let yourself serve at a greater level. And so are Jay and I going to get you a little uncomfortable here in $1 Million Mentality? For sure, we will. But what's going to come out on the other side of that is going to be a beautiful growth in your life. And so I always tell anybody that meets me that I did not come uninvited into their lives, that there was a part of them that wanted to grow, and that's why I showed up. Because my focus is growth and helping people to grow into that. And I don't want anybody manifesting just one small thing into their life. I don't want you to manifest $1,000 once. I want you to learn how to manifest $1,000 a day for the rest of your life. I want you to manifest the love of your life and then keep them in your life. I want you to manifest peace and self-love and confidence. And I want you to experience for you, whatever that perfect life is for you, I want you to get as close to that idea as you possibly can. And that's what Jay and I have put together here in $1 Million Mentality. And our first class here is going to be closing soon, but there's going to be lots of opportunities to get involved later. But this one right now is special, and it's special to both of us. And it's our opportunity to really come out into the world and say, hey, we're here to help people in a different way than we've done before. And so, Jay, I'm grateful that I get to do this alongside you. I'm on my way to LA later, so we can maybe film some content while I'm there and think about what's next, and really, really help people to step into their greatness. So if you aren't joining us, it starts the moment you sign up. I have somebody asking me, when does it start? It starts the moment you enroll, actually. So tomorrow is when all of the lessons will be going live. So I think we have the first 2 lessons going live tomorrow, and then they keep going live further on. But yeah, you'll get access.
I can't believe the moment is actually here. It's incredible. So it goes live tomorrow. It's not going to be easy. For those of you that have already enrolled, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be really challenging. It's going to change. It's going to change pretty much everything within your life. It's going to completely strip your mindset and give you a brand new one.
Yeah.
And that comes with a lot of hardship. That comes with a lot of tough thoughts. You know, when we are asking specific questions, you know, it's gonna go down to the core of you, right? And you're gonna have to reach down deep and really answer these questions honestly, because it's that honesty with yourself that's gonna allow you to change. If you don't change anything, nothing's gonna change. So expect it to be very tough. This is not gonna be a walk in the park, but I know that you can do it. I really wholeheartedly believe that you can do this, and that, you know, on the other side, there's a life that you deserve this whole time.
We have a lot of people in my Instagram asking how to sign up. So roadtomillions.com.
Yes.
Roadtomillions.com for those of you that are asking. I also feel that the world is changing, and the world is becoming a more awakened and enlightened species. And people are starting to ask the questions of, how can I do things differently? And how can I step outside of the box? And so a lot of the people that I see that have enrolled so far in $1 Million Mentality are the ones that want to be bold. They want to take risks. They want to be daring. They want to do things a little bit differently. And so if that is you and you're listening and you're like, you know what, I feel this call for more. I feel like I'm ready to call more into my life to do things. I'm a mother of two, and I know Jay's a father of a beautiful boy. And for me, it was doing it for my girls. I used that hashtag for many years, hashtag doing it for my girls, because for me to be able to learn how to be my best, to teach them how to be their best, and to give my children a better life, has been absolutely priceless. And so if that helps you to think about it in terms of how's it going to impact the people around you, it'll be very, 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 very powerful for you to be able to do that. But yes, the Road to Millions first class enrollment is right now, and the enrollment will close tonight. And what's actually going to happen tonight at midnight is the price will go to the regular price. So right now we have a special introductory offer. We really, really wanted to serve and give back in a way that felt really beautiful. So I have somebody in my comments going, are you telling me that this program is only $397? And I'm like, yes. They're shocked at the value that we're giving here for the content. So yes, but the price will go up tomorrow. So if you do want to get involved today, I would suggest at this price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Other people are putting it.
Kat, I think you'll be happy to know that we tripled the amount of viewers that we had the last live.
I don't even know how many viewers we had on the last one. I can't see now, so I'm sitting here like literally no clue how many.
Yes, a lot. Yeah, so we're at a million. Wait, this is likes. We got at 1 million likes. So I don't even. The viewers must be even more insane. That's crazy. Well,
really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. I maybe would have put makeup on today.
No, it's a beautiful thing. I love that people are interested in bettering themselves. So
Yeah.
you know, it's not like I'm up here singing any songs or anything. So this has been all about self-awareness and self-growth, and changing the way that we think. So I think it's a beautiful thing that you guys took the time and the opportunity to, you know, learn about yourself and how to better yourself.
The university of you, I always say. It's the university of you.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for everybody that's paid attention, that's listened. Today has been a masterclass, let me tell you.
For sure.
It has been a beautiful masterclass. I've learned during this call, during this live stream, and there's so many nuggets. So if you can take one thing away from you today and act from that belief, that's the embodiment piece, right? So don't just listen to Jay and say, okay, that sounds nice. Okay, yep, I believe that, or oh, that's good. I would take one thing from the live stream today that you've heard and say, I'm going to implement that in my life today, effective immediately. How can I live from that new idea? How can I put it into my body? If I believed what he said was true, how can I be more confident today? How can I take risks? How can I serve more today? How can I leave someone with the impression of increase? And if you can do that, then that's how you're going to embody a new version of you almost immediately once you practice being that idea that Jay talked about. So try that on for size and let us know how it feels.
Incredible. All right, y'all. So I'll see you guys in the first lesson tomorrow. $1 Million Mentality.
Yeah, the first lessons go up tomorrow, August 20th. So you will see it go up in your back office. And we actually put a whole bunch of pre-work in there actually. So the team created some beautiful exercises for you to start to think before the lessons come in. So you'll see that when you enroll, you'll see all that pre-work. Start the growth now.
Beautiful.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, guys.
roadtomillions.com. Bye.